Well, this is March 6, 2011. This is Manesh Patel from the II Capital Group. This is our weekly Ichimoku analysis for the global markets, where we cover everything from the SP NASDAQ to Europe to Hong Kong to Sensex to Australia. Okay, got a lot to cover, so we'll continue. This is our daily disclaimer. This is state everything's for educational use only. All charts are either in Thinkorswim, TradeStation, or FreeStockCharts.com. Here are our contact details. If you have any questions, you can contact us there. Excuse me. Okay, so let's go straight to the global markets out there, and let's go start off in Europe. And we typically start off going to Frankfurt. Reason why that's being the global market that's been leading. If you look at the Frankfurt market, it's still bullish. It's yet to penetrate the Tinkerton at all. Okay, so this thing is still going on very, very, very strong. It's gotten to our levels here, which we were expecting it to get to. So let's do this. I want to expand this out some. Let's go to a weekly here. So this has gotten to our level here and actually broken that level there. So it does have a potential going higher now. And the eventual level that we're looking for the Frankfurt market is 7,720. So that's where we think it's going to go there. Now, I'm not saying it's going to go there right now, but it's going to get there eventually. Okay? But right now, this thing has yet to penetrate the Tinkinson. So this is very, very, very strong going forward. I just zoomed in and you could see Chicago is still very strong going forward. Okay, so that's very strong there. Let's go look at the Paris market. Paris market is not as strong as the German market. You can see it's broken out over here, but it's just not breaking out completely at all. It's just kind of lingering around and not really has that momentum to keep on moving forward. And the longer it doesn't keep on moving forward, the weaker this thing is going to get. And if it does start going down all the markets worldwide, this will probably take a really big hit. Okay, let's go look at the FTSE, the UK. Same thing with the Paris market, but a little better. It's made us like push to the second level, but this thing's consolidating here at the top. And if you look, it's been a couple times it's gone below the Tinkinson, but it's closed right back above it. But it's still not good at all. So it's looking weak too. Okay. Um, let's see. Let's go look at some other. Let's go look at Israel. If you look at Israel, it's holding the Cajunson on the weekly time frame. So this is not bullish at all right now. It's in a pullback phase. If you look at Spain, Spain is basically on the top of the cloud, just lingering there. Cajunson, Tinkinson are inverted. That's not good at all. So definitely Spain's weak, as you probably expect because of the BRIC countries out there. Let's go look at South Africa. If you look at South Africa, it's holding the Cajunson right now. It's pulled up all the way up to the Tinkinson. These two may cross very soon, which is probably going to cause this thing to go down, which is not good at all. Okay. Let's now go over to Asia, and let's go look at the Chinese market first. Let's zoom in. Okay. And if you zoom in, you can see that the Tinkinson Cajunson are inverted. That's not good at all. So it's poked its head out of the cloud. It's due for a pullback. It's got to come here, at least to 28.41. And then if it does that, then it's got to sit there and break the 2900 level. If it does that, then this has a potential going a lot higher. Okay. Next market we want to look at is the Hong Kong market. And I know I have it here. There's the Hong Kong market. If you look at it's holding the Cajunson, but the Tinkinson, the Cajunson can flip over very soon. This does look weak and looks like it's basically going to invert and probably may go down lower very soon if it doesn't start popping up soon. Let's go to Nikkei. We've been bullish Nikkei since the beginning of the year, and you could see very well why. Because it's not as strong as the German market, but it still has the most potential of giving us the highest gains. And you can see that it's moving up. It's holding the Tinkinson very well, just like the German market. So it's still a lot better than some of the other markets like Paris and so forth. Okay, and the reason why is this has more upside than all the other markets right now, because this really didn't start trending at all last year. So we think the Japanese market is going to actually sit there and break out this year. Let's go look at the Taiwan. Taiwan is basically between the Tinkinson Kijinsen. It's very strong, okay, but it's got to break this Tinkinson value right there in order to keep on going higher. The Bombay market, if you look at the Bombay market, basically it's in a pullback phase. It's in a major pullback phase. Came to the cloud. It's holding the cloud. Now it's basically consolidating here, and it looks like it's trying to move up. So it looks like there's some upside movement to the Bombay market. It looks like the level it's going to try to get to is 19,192. And then the key thing is what's going to happen there. Okay, whether it's going to keep on going after that or a breakdown, so we don't know yet. And lastly, for the global markets, well, not lastly, but Australian market, it looks like here, it looks like a triple top here, or head and shoulders, whatever you want to call it. This thing's really got to start breaking above this levels up here. If it doesn't very soon, this is going to, Tinkinson Kijinsen are going to cross, and this is going to invert, and this is going to go lower, which is not going to be good at all. Let's come back to the U.S. side. Let's go look. Oh, we forgot Russia. If you look at Russia, on Twitter, we've been talking about Russia basically being one of the global markets that are taking off this month. And you can see that Russia is moving up very, very well beginning of this month. So, you know, the seasonal patterns are working really well where Russia is kind of leading all the countries moving forward right now. If you go look at Mexico, it looks a little weird because of the spike right there, but it looks like it's heavy at the top side. It's due for a major pullback now. Okay, and then let's go to Chile. Chile basically is not good at all. It's not bullish or bearish right now, but it's consolidating. So that's that. Now, let's come to the U.S. markets. And let's go look at the NASDAQ. Well, let's go look at the Dow market because the Dow was leading before. If you look at the Dow, let's go look at the weekly because that's what's telling us everything. If you look at the weekly, it's still very strong. Right now, price is not even close to the Tinkinson at all. It's got to penetrate the Tinkinson as a first level to even start its major pullback or medium pullback, and it's not even there yet. This next market that was strong was the mini S&P futures. You could see that it also hasn't got to the Tinkinson at all on the weekly. So that's holding its ground there and really hasn't sat there and penetrated the Kijinsen on the daily either. Okay, so that's still very strong. The Dow is still probably the most strongest right now compared to the ES. Let's go look at the NASDAQ. If you look at the NASDAQ, same scenario here. It's still very strong. It has yet to penetrate the Tinkinson at all, and this still looks very strong on this market. So all of them look the same thing. If you look at the daily, the Tinkinson Kijinsen are about to cross compared to the others, which it doesn't look like they're about to cross yet. So this is a little weaker than the others, but not by much. And then lastly, the Russell futures, you could see that basically this is a little more weaker than all the others, and the reason why the Tinkinson is flat, whereas the Tinkinson was pointing up in an upward momentum as far as the others are concerned. However, look how the distance is here. This is very, very strong. In fact, it's stronger than probably the distance there than any of the markets out there, even if you look at the Dow futures, even the Dow futures. So it looks like the small caps may be a little stronger now compared to all the other markets out there. So, you know, we're going to rate the Russell futures now leading the markets compared to everything else out there, which looks good. So, seems like small caps are starting to lead right now, and while all this turmoil is starting to happen overseas. Thank you very much for listening to the video. I hope to speak to you next week.